My name is Chris. 3 months ago, my girlfriend Rachel and I bought a 120-year-old farmhouse in rural Maine. It was the kind of place you see in magazines. White porch, creaky floors, surrounded by fields. We planned to fix it up ourselves. On the second week, while pulling up old floorboards in the living room, we made a strange discovery. Beneath the boards, hidden under a layer of dust and insulation, was a wooden hatch. No hinges, just a square cut into the floor, nailed shut. At first, we thought it was an old storage compartment. We were wrong. It took me an hour to pry it open. When it finally gave way, the smell hit us. Damp, stale, and metallic. The opening revealed a wooden ladder descending into darkness. The walls below weren't made of stone or brick. They were lined with old wood, like the inside of a coffin. I went down first. Rachel stayed above with a flashlight. The space was small, maybe 10 by 12 feet. But what made my skin crawl was how perfectly preserved it looked, like someone had lived there recently. There was a bed frame, a rotting mattress, a small table with a rusted lantern, and along one wall, deep scratch marks. On the table sat a small, leather-bound journal. The first entry was dated September 14th, 1948. The handwriting was neat but frantic. They told me to stay here. They said it's safer underground, but the knocking won't stop. I think they're in the walls. As I flipped through, the entries grew more erratic. Rachel, she keeps calling my name, but Rachel's been dead for years. I can't sleep. They're whispering through the cracks. The last entry was dated November 3rd, 1948. They found the door. I hear them coming. I can't get out. I looked at Rachel. She was pale. "It's just coincidence," I said, though my stomach nodded at seeing her name written decades before we met. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing soft tapping from under the floor. At 2:17 a.m., Rachel shook me awake. "Chris, someone's knocking." The sound was steady. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks again. I grabbed a flashlight and opened the hatch. The air that rushed up was freezing cold, like standing in front of an open freezer. The tapping stopped. Then, from the darkness below, came a whisper, low and raspy. "Don't leave me." I don't know what came over me, but I climbed down. The moment my feet hit the dirt floor, the hatch above slammed shut. The flashlight flickered, then went out completely. In the dark, the smell of metal was stronger blood. Something moved in the far corner. When the light came back for just a second, I saw her, pale skin, hollow eyes, fingernails torn and bloody, crouched against the wall. She smiled, and her voice matched the journal. "You finally came back." The next thing I remember, Rachel was shaking me awake on the living room floor. The hatch was closed. She swore she hadn't touched it. We nailed it shut that night. 2 weeks later, we sold the house at a loss and moved into a small apartment. I never told Rachel this, but sometimes, late at night, when the apartment is silent, I hear it again. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks. And I know, whatever was under that floor, it's still looking for me.